Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about something that was just announced about Porsche. Porsche is just one of those products that just embodies performance and luxury, fast, boom.
Well,
man, they're going all electric, aren't they?
Yeah, so interesting how... So this is under the Volkswagen Group umbrella, right?
Yes.
VW Group.
Audi, VW, yep.
And they're carefully segmenting their brands to... VW, by contrast, they just came out with the ID Buzz. We talked about that.
Yeah.
We've got a video out on YouTube. The other Jedi from episode 1.
Oh, Ewan McGregor.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, Ewan McGregor. See how my brain did that? It put both of those guys together today.
Yes.
Did the I guess the press release unveiling of that. But VW is not going all in on EV. Now they have a plan, right? But they still have a lot of stuff out there that they're going to continue to do with diesel or whatever.
Correct.
This is something I feel like Stellantis could learn from. Instead of trying to basically, it's celebrate the differences in the brands under your management, right?
I like that train of thought there. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Let Ram be Ram, let Fiat be Fiat, but Porsche is going to be Porsche. Now this is the 718 Boxster is the one that Cayman. I always think of. But
I do the Boxster. Yeah. There's a Cayman as well. Yeah.
They've said they're going to go EV only. Now, Jay, is it starting in 2025 or after 2025?
By 2025.
So does that mean by the year 2025 or the model year? So it could be by the 2026 model year. Right?
I would say it says the 2025 production model is what it.
Okay.
So mission. Well, let me take that back. Let's give a little history here. Okay. So
time for a history lesson, everybody.
Right. So basically the Boxster is going to be an EV only. And it was made at the company's annual conference during the 911, which the 911 hybrid was reconfirmed as a non-PHEV, which is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And purely electric guys, the smaller model from Zuffenhausen is still being referred to as a mid-engine car. Instead of a combustion engine, the battery will sit between the axles. The 30V from Porsche after the Taycan and next year's Macan, the zero-emission 718 Duo, which they're referring to the Boxster and the Cayman, will be the firm's first cars on the premium platform electric, which they're calling the PPE. The PPE is being developed with Audi, which makes complete sense because they're all under the same family, which will be launching its equivalent Q6 e-tron. So everybody's familiar with the A6 e-tron. And then I think they released a concept vehicle called the Avant concept.
Yes.
And if you look at the Porsche also released some renderings of what they call the Mission R, which is basically a straight up performance Porsche, and it's all electric as well. To tell you how fast that is, it can run to 62 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. Max out at about 186 miles an hour. It's amazing. And so what you have here, you've got the Mission R is based on the Cayman's chassis, and the 2025 production model will be an all-new development. So there you go. That's why I wanted to tie that all together for you. So what they are doing is they are positioning themselves to make these transitions and using current platforms while developing other platforms to make this all come together for a common goal of all electric vehicles across the board, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, so the way that they're doing this, and in particular this 718, I feel like it's the right move. I personally think this is where if you have to... I was going to say if you have to start somewhere, technically this isn't their first EV, but this is their first commitment to going all EV in one of their performance automobiles. So, and I know you guys are watching this and listening to this, you're gonna go, oh, but every Porsche is a performance car. Yes, that's true, but some of these cars are more targeted toward the enthusiast, like track day kind of enthusiast than
right.
I mean, you could take your crossover Porsche on a track day. There would be nothing wrong with that, but I would think that's not as common as like somebody out here with a like two-seater, like a 718, right? And so I just feel like doing this in the Boxster makes a ton of sense because it's a more expensive automobile. You start there, trickle down.
And this ties into what you said on our last podcast, Keith, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to our podcast, please go over to PartsCounterGuru.com and then hit the podcast links, and we're on every platform out there. Thank you if you are subscribed. If you're not, please hit that subscribe button. Remember on our last podcast, you talked about Fiat and how Stellantis could use the Fiat as that position as an all-electric vehicle,
Fiat did this thing where it's just like Toyota did with the Supra, right? Where they partnered with BMW.
Right.
Fiat's they've got a sporty roadster, but it's like a Mazda. It's like
I think
it's not Fiat like traditional Fiat.
Not the Spider and what we're used to.
Go make your own. And that's exactly my point is go develop your own platform. The guy running Stellantis needs to give Fiat the permission to be different, go do their own thing. Now I know there's in theory, like Porsche has more money to do this kind of R&D stuff than Fiat would, right? I get it. But I still feel like there has to be some uniqueness to the brand. Otherwise, it's like we're just slapping a badge on another Stellantis product. And I think it's very easy for me to look at this, Jay, and go, okay, yes, Audi's doing something similar. Yes, they're sharing a platform, but they are distinctly different automobiles.
They are. Absolutely,
that Q is very different than this 718.
Yes, it is.
It's not the same person is potentially a different person that would be drawn to buying a Boxster versus like an e-tron, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And I just feel like this is the right way to handle your and look, man, if they get 5 years down the road in this and they go, well, the EV thing is fine and all, but we have a better way now and we're going hydrogen. Okay. Well, people are just going to look back and go, oh, well, that was the 5 years that they ran electric if you happen to be a collector, right? I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's not. It isn't, man. Real quick, too, back on the note of when this is going to happen, the next gen Macan 911 hybrid, 718 Boxster, and CAYMAN, whatever you want to call it, will help Porsche reach its goal of decarbonization. They're saying 50% of annual sales to be represented by hybrids and pure electric vehicles by 2025.
Yeah.
And 80% will be electric vehicles alone by 2030.
Well, and they have some diesel versions of some of those automobiles that you just mentioned in the Porsche lineup that are really solid. Like you can go in one of those crossovers, like you can go a long way. I mean, they are really great fuel economy in their diesels.
Right. I just did some research, by the way, on a diesel that is in the 2020 and 21. They started in 2020. Was like the Escalade.
Yeah.
The Silverado 1500, the Sierra 1500, and a couple other models in their SUV truck line.
Half-ton diesel?
It's a 3.0 liter Duramax.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's an inline six, 24 valve turbo. And again, and I'm speaking in terms of what you were saying, there's some solid diesel engines out there performance-wise, and this is one of them too. The Duramax line, which is Isuzu basically, has been real good for GM. Just throwing that out there in the mix here when you're talking about diesels.
I think you just offended millions of GM owners out there by calling their Duramax an Isuzu, but it's doesn't make it any less true. Everybody.
Well, then they shouldn't base the S10 off the old Isuzu.
Right.
I'm just saying. So, but they've been borrowing Isuzu engine platforms for years. GM has. specifically in the truck side.
I can't wait to see the comments on this one.
Right, but here's the thing, though. I'm going back to what I've been saying, which is, while internal combustion engines seem to be like on the chopping block, it's not completely true, because you've got the diesel market that is still growing heavily and will continue to grow heavily from a commercial standpoint. And those things have gotten much more cleaner with their filtration systems that they have on them. They're running exhaust gas recirculation on these big rigs now. They're a lot more fuel efficient and a lot more environmentally friendly than they used to be. So I think you're going to see the phase happen. Automotive sector first, but you're still going to have, they're going to still allow some of the diesel stuff to happen. I think you'll still see, there's been some talk of some other gasoline engines that are internal combustion engines that will be available soon. I think Stellantis just made an announcement about that with their Hurricane. We'll talk about that in a later podcast. But
well, how can we find out?
They can go right here to partscounterguru.com and listen to our podcast and subscribe to our podcast, Keith. Thank you. I'm losing my touch. I'm usually right spot on.
That's why I'm here, pal. I feel like I can contribute today. So,
yes, by the way, so if you're watching this video, thank you for watching, and make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave this channel, and click the bell so you're notified when more videos like this come out. But this is an interesting move by Porsche, I think, because I think that when you have a company, an auto manufacturer like Porsche, with the reputation that they have, with what they are and what they have been, this, for us, it's a breath of fresh air in the realization that this stuff is happening, man.
Right.
We said this at the Performance Racing Industry Show. There was a reason why they were showcasing some of the electrification that was going on there, and we saw it at SEMA as well. I mean, they were running Mustang Mach-E's around the track out there.
It's instant power to the to the pavement, right? I mean,
look
the Rivian video that I sent you, where that dude was. So they had a Rivian and a Ram, and the is the TRX, I think, right?
TRX, yes.
And then the Ford Raptor,
right?
And then it got so ridiculous that they put a Chevy S10 in tow behind the Rivian, and it still beat the Ford Raptor.
Right.
I mean,
it's interesting, and we're not taking away again. We have to say this disclaimer for Keith and I: we are not anti-internal combustion engine. We are not pro EV. We're pro automotive industry, and this is what's happening in our world right now. So that's why we talk about it.
Vehicles that go fast, though. I mean, EV is clearly at an advantage right now.
Have you seen the concept? The renderings or the actual concept car, which is the Porsche Mission R. Have you seen that?
No.
It is amazing, man. I would recommend anybody go check that out. It's a beautiful car.
Well,
I can't really wait to see where this thing goes. It's in, if you scroll down.
I'll put it in the
information
video.
that I showed. So here it is, right here, guys. See, right here. Yeah. Whoop. Can you give us a little whoop? Give me a drop.
I just did. You didn't hear it?
Yes, I heard it, yes. But anyway, so there you go. But you have anything else to add to that, Keith? I really don't. I'm excited for Porsche. I'm excited to see what's coming down the line. This will be fun to watch this evolve and come into what it is. Because, again, talking to you guys over the years about this stuff, pay attention to the performance world. What's going on in the racing side of our industry ends up on the consumer side as everyday vehicles, and Porsche is and you've got Porsche, and you've got the Countach out. You got all these exotic cars, these $1 million vehicles that are becoming electrified, or at least electric assist. There's a reason for that, and it's about performance and reliability for one, and it's different when you're up into that $1 million range VIP vehicle for sure. So all those guys, Kid Rock likes to be a little different, right? Who is that?
I hadn't noticed, Jay.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go, man. Good luck, Porsche, with that, and we will keep our audience informed, so stay tuned to our channel for that.